because this is something that we are working on. So if you guys want to join the committee, we are going to be issuing charter school report cards from the New York Charter Parents Association. Just as how the DOE has their progress report cards, because what happens is parents don't know the culture of the charter school until they're in the charter school. You know, parents don't know that by law, they have no right to force you to sign any kind of contract, right? The contracts, like KIPP and Achievement First have contracts that they make you sign, okay? And they tell parents that if they don't sign it, their kids can't come to the school, okay? That is illegal. So parents don't know things like that, but just talking about the school culture, okay? I know Lavelle Prep school culture it's not a strict school culture, okay? I'm familiar with your school. I know, for example, Hebrew Language Academy Charter School, not a strict school culture, okay? I know Community Roots, for example, not a strict school culture. Like, parents need to know, because maybe some kids need extra discipline, and maybe some kids don't. Some kids can thrive on their own. Maybe some kids need to sit there, like, you know, who knows? Maybe some parents want that for their kid, for whatever reason. But parents need to know what the school culture is before they put in their application to go to that school. Because what happens is the child goes to the school, the child is miserable, and then come October, November, you have to take your child out, because either the child is miserable or the school can't deal with your child because the child is not conforming to those rules, and you have to find a district school, and your whole life gets turned upside down, and you start getting the phone calls, come and get your child, come and get your child, come and get your child. So what we're going to do is we're going to have charter school report cards. It's now application season. The report cards are going to say what the school culture is: strict, very strict, military discipline, like in plain words that parents can understand, okay? We're going to talk about, you know, the board, you know, how open is the board? Because one of the other reforms that we pushed for and that we got was that every board meeting is open to the public, and every board meeting has to be publicized. We put it that they fall under public meetings law, and the school offices fall under general municipal law, you know. And when you go onto our site, if you're not signed on onto our site, because our site is a membership site, you know, so that, you know, because it also allows parents to communicate with each other. So we screen who has access to the site, okay? We need to. So, you know, this charter school report card is going to break that down in plain and simple terms that parents are going to understand. If you send your child to this school is a really strict school. But we'll also have important information like, is this school an A-rated school, B-rated school, C-rated school? What is the level of proficiency for the 6th graders? You know, all of this information we'll take from, of course, the DOE and SED, that information. But the other information, we're compiling that information from parents, because parents need to know before they put their kid in the school. Another important thing, how transparent is the school? We push that every charter school be required to post their charter and bylaws and meeting minutes online, okay? We couldn't get that part of the law passed. You know, some schools, when parents request the charter, some schools give them, some schools don't. The schools that don't, or they stall, then you have to FOIL, Freedom of Information law, you know, for them to give it to you. But they're supposed to give it to you. But then what they say is that we'll give it to you, but you have to pay for it. And by law, it's a public document, but by law, the school has every right to charge you 25 cents a page. So a charter that's, you know, on average 500 to 1,200, but more like 800, 900, I think Endeavor's charter was like 1,100 pages. That'll cost you about $300 if the school decides to charge you for it. But if a lot of parents start requesting it, what would happen is the same thing that happened with RGA, where we got a whole bunch of parents to request it, and the school says, you know what, never mind, you don't have to pay for it, we're going to just post it online and send parents the links to it. But parents need to know. So things like that, we want the parents to know how